Hey, Shrewdness fans. Welcome to the show today. You may have noticed we are down a member, at least temporarily. Dex will be joining us in a short while. But Chiz and I are here. We're going to get started. Got a lot of things to talk about this week. We have a brand new college football champion for the first time in their history. We want to talk a little bit about Indiana. Hall of Fame inductions for baseball were announced today. And we have a player near and dear to our hearts that we want to highlight his accomplishments.
Absolutely.
So we'll go through that. And then a few NFL front office type things happening this week. The Chiefs hired a couple new coaches. Sean McDermott got fired this week after the Bills' unfortunate demise against Denver.
Standard playoff demise.
Yes. And then we'll go a little bit more into those games from last weekend, a recap of those, and looking ahead to the AFC and NFC Championship games and all the entertainment that will provide, or ridicule, depending on which team you're rooting for. And then we'll go into our picks as usual and tell you which games we like and why we like them.
Excellent.
So Chiz, let's roll into a newly crowned college football champion.
Well, and what a crazy story this is. We may have the ability to do a Hoosiers 2 now.
That's right.
A great sequel to that awesome basketball movie would be this year's 16-0 Indiana Hoosiers. If you had come to anyone in college football world 5 years ago and said, hey, in 5 years the Indiana Hoosiers are going to win the national championship, they would have laughed their butts off at you.
Even 2 years ago it would have been a stretch, right?
Yeah. When Signetti came, their coach, Kurt Signetti, who's like a football lifer, and he's like 63, 64 years old.
Yep.
They were the nation's all-time leading program in losses. So, like, talk about ridiculous rags to riches story to go to 16-0. They were playing the U, Miami. Miami was going for their 6th national championship. Line was like 8. I told everybody last week I did not like Indiana minus 8. I thought it was way too much. There was too much hype around Indiana. Indiana is a great team, but, Miami stepped up. Miami played really good. They played really good defense. They made them earn every bit of it. I have to say I was impressed with Fernando Mendoza. He's an interesting dude on a couple levels. One, he's a guy who won the Heisman, and he didn't put up like crazy numbers. Like,
right. Yep.
If you look at his stat lines, he would throw for like 200 yards, a couple touchdowns. Like, it wasn't
maybe
like
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost always 1, but never 2, or sometimes 2. Yeah.
It was like nothing eye-popping about him, so I was kind of like, I don't know that I buy this guy. What I saw in that game was a leadership factor that was wild, and the game-changing play was Indiana was up 17-14, and in the third quarter, and it was 4th and 2 or 3, I think, 4th and 4, I think, and they made the decision to kick the field goal to go up 6, and then Signetti called timeout, and they rehuddled and they decided, no, we're gonna go for it, and they called Mendoza keeper on 4th and 4. It was the fourth quarter. It was 9 minutes left. 4th and 4 to go, and he not only got the first down, he ran 12 yards. He got hit hard, bounced back, ran again, and then twisted, dove.
Spun around, yeah.
Dove, made it and scored. It was an incredible run. It was like probably the best touchdown run in college football championship since like Vince Young back in the day. It was like ridiculous, and it kind
pure
of
effort play.
Oh, and it totally was like a microcosm of Mendoza. I feel like just kind of like what he is. He's not like necessarily the most athletically talented guy, but he's going to leave every single thing out there. His teammates love him. When he got interviewed at the end of the game, my boy, like, he's a strange cat. He's a strange cat.
Would you say
like
he's mercurial?
maybe on the spectrum. Maybe he's mercurial. Maybe on the spectrum a little bit. Like seems like heart of gold. Like you'd love your daughter to marry him. Like he just seems like the kind of guy that you want.
Yeah.
Like he's just a good dude. But
Fun
he's a
to
little
root
weird.
for.
He's like straight out of like the 50s kind of, and some of the way he talks.
Hey, we need to have him on the show. He'd be perfect.
He would be a great fit. He would be great on the show. So it was like, but I will on the flip side, I'll give Miami's defense credit. They were really good. They were really good all year. They did not disappoint. They made Miami make a couple of really, really difficult third down conversions, and Mendoza put the ball a couple different times, back shouldered a throw to receivers, and I have to say that the defensive backs for Miami, they did nothing wrong. They were on that. They had great coverage. They were right there, and Indiana just executed, and they truly earned the championship. And you know, the good thing about this, there weren't like any crazy. There's always calls in these games and people are like,
Sure.
and like the college officiating, it's always a little suspect or whatever. But like there wasn't anything that people could have like pointed to and said, oh, well, that was what changed the game.
One call made the game or whatever.
Yeah, which you hate to see. But if you watch this whole game, you saw like two teams playing incredibly well, giving it their all, and I think anybody who watched it would say, yeah, the better team came out on top. And I think if they play this game 10 times, Indiana wins at 8. And it's probably pretty close every time because you've got a really great defense against a really good team.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. And we were saying, you know, woodshed, it could have been a total beatdown, whatever. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it was Miami's defense playing that well? Or was there anything that Indiana struggled on that they could have done better?
You know,
to extend that lead. I mean,
I feel like Indiana played good ball on offense. Like, I think Miami's defense just made good plays, and honestly, Indiana had a special teams touchdown, block punt recovered for a touchdown, which ends up being the difference in the game.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to look at it that way, but Carson Beck played better than I expected on the Miami side. Tony, their freshman wide receiver, 10 catches, 122 yards, like as a freshman, is crazy. And you watch that guy and like, he's going to be playing NFL ball and it's going to be fun to watch. He's electric. He's got another year or two in Miami, but he's legit. I don't think Carson Beck, I know he came back, you know, he's a Georgia guy. He went to Miami and he's making a lot of money in college, and they were like, he's going to Miami, he's going to improve his draft stock. I don't know that he improved his draft stock. I think what you saw in Carson Beck is what you saw his whole career. He's a guy who's very talented. He's not very clutch. And he's probably, if he's in the NFL, he's probably like a low tier starter, probably better fit as like a backup quarterback.
Based on what you're saying, it sounds like he's a Michael Penix Jr. type guy that you're building your team around Bijan Robinson, right? But he's like a serviceable quarterback you could mix in there to not lose the game or whatever.
Totally.
Your job is to hand it to Bijan and get out of the way.
Yes. Whereas I feel like Mendoza, you know, he's a guy you could definitely build around. He's not going to make Mahomes-like throws. He's not going to, like, bowl people over like Josh Allen. He's not as elusive as Lamar Jackson. But there's definitely some qualities to him. maybe Drake May-ish is more of a comp for
I
him.
was gonna say Baker, like more of a feels
Yeah,
like a blue collar type guy that's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna lower my head and run you over if
totally.
that's what I need to do to get a first down type thing.
Absolutely. He's got an incredibly strong will to win.
Yeah.
And and that definitely translated to the rest of his team. Like that team always felt like they were going to find a way to win. And I mean, that's the way their coach is. A lot of people don't like him. He's an arrogant guy. He is arrogant. He's the Google me guy. And if I was in Google marketing, by the way, I would already have a deal signed with that guy. He would be in an ad right
Yeah.
now.
Totally.
Google me. But he delivered. He delivered, and for Indiana to go 16-0, 16-0 in
Yeah.
football, and this fun fact that I sent you and Dex today or last night, the first, or they are now Indiana, the last team to have undefeated seasons in football and basketball. So the last undefeated basketball team was Bobby Knight's Indiana Hoosiers back in the day, and now, of course, the undefeated Indiana Hoosiers
Yeah.
in football, which is crazy.
Again, not predictable 2 years ago.
At all,
At
at
all.
all. But you gotta appreciate it. It is a
Yeah.
movie. I would not be at
Yeah.
all surprised if it became a movie, because it is just something that hadn't happened in so long. So it is fun to watch. It was fun to see.
Now,
Good.
does Bobby Knight play Signetti in the movie?
I think that would be perfect if we could get Bobby Knight to play Signetti in the movie.
I need to buy the rights to that or something. Like, that could be
Can you cast Bobby
brilliant
Knight
idea. Brilliant idea.
as Kurt Signetti in the movie? But
All right. Congrats to Indiana. We'll wrap that up.
absolutely.
Hard transition
Absolutely.
to baseball news. MLB announced their Hall of Fame class for 2026, and our longtime Royal Carlos Beltran on the list this year.
Absolutely. Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones. Very small class. Andrew Jones primarily because of his defense, although
Yep.
he did have really good years in his 20s offensively, but then he kind of fell off a cliff in his 30s. Beltran for just consistently really good production over the course of a really long career. And honestly, if not for the taint of the Houston debacle
Yeah.
when they won their title by dubious means, I think Beltran would have already been in. But I think he paid a little price for that, and
Yeah.
taking a few years to get in. If you look at his numbers, I mean, they're Hall of Fame numbers. He played almost exactly split time in the AL and the NL, so he played 20 years. 20-year career in MLB is just impressive anyway.
That's
If you can,
almost unheard of now.
right? If you could play for that long, over the course of his career, his WAR was 70. So 70 WAR player, which is pretty incredible. He's a guy who won 9. He was an All-Star 9 times. He was a Rookie of the Year, World Series winner, and he started with the Royals, and that's kind of why he's near and dear to our hearts.
Right. And you were saying, I didn't realize how many teams he had played for. You were saying Royals, Houston for just a rental season.
Yeah, I thought he had
Part
been
of
at
a season.
Houston longer than he had for whatever
Yeah.
reason. Maybe because he won the title, right? That's why I associated him there.
Yep.
But he
And then
was
over to the Mets for a while.
he was in the
Yankees.
Mets and the Royals for the longest period of time. He was about 7 years with both of them, and then 3 years with the Yankees. I thought he was there longer.
Yep.
Shocked that he had spent 2 years with the Cardinals. Both you and I would have definitely missed that on the trip, which is weird because being Missouri boys, I would have thought we would have
Dexter,
registered that.
yeah. Dexter would have shamed us both for that one. Well,
Totally, I do not remember that at all. And then a couple years with Houston, a year with Texas, and a year with the Giants. But he started out with the Royals, so his age 21 through 27 years were with the Royals. he was an incredible player. Pretty much we were talking to the Patreon, pretty much a 30-30 guy. He was like right on the edge every year of 30-30. If you look at his home run totals in the last 4 years at Kansas City, it was 24, 29, 26. And then he had 38 in the combined year with the Mets. And then
he's more like your prototypical 27-33 guy.
Exactly. Yes.
Not quite 30-30.
If there was a 27-33 category, that would be where he kind of fell, because he was like constantly stealing bases in the first part of his career. When he was with the Royals, he stole a lot of bases. Hey Dex, what's up?
Welcome, Dex.
Carlos Beltran. I know what you're talking about.
We were just talking Beltran. We talked about the national championship football. And now we're hitting Beltran, and just how we didn't realize. I mean, he's a 20-year career. We didn't know. Neither Pru or I knew that he played for the Cardinals. Shame on us. I had no recollection of that. I blocked that from my memory that he was there for 2 years.
Teams. I mean,
yes,
2 years with the Cardinals, and we were like, wait, what?
Yeah, they're talking about that on the Cardinals radio.
7 teams
today
in total, but the majority of it with the Mets. 14 years with the Mets and Royals, 7 apiece there. So those are the big dogs. And the question is, as a Royals fan, does he go in as a Royal? What do you guys think? He's got his pick. He can put on those pinstripes like so many have. Say, I want to go in as a Yankee. He won a title with Houston. He could go in as, even though he's only there 2 years, he could do that Houston thing. The Mets.
He played. Yeah, my first inclination was that he would go in as a Met because he was there later in his career and for almost 7 years.
Yeah,
almost a third of his career after he was.
He was there at age 28. He was there at age 28.
He was
to
his
34.
prime years there. Yep.
Yeah.
28 to 34. I was telling Dex he was there 21 to 27 with the Royals. 27, 28. So, it's a question of, and obviously, like, selfishly, I wanted to go in as a Royal because, he was our guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was our guy.
We made you valuable.
We're the one that found him. So, come on.
We made him into the Rookie of the Year.
That's right.
And there's not that many Royals in the Hall of Fame. So, come on. You can be, a little more unique and go in as a Royal. But I kind of agree. I'm afraid he's going to go in as a Met. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just expect a Met. If we get the Royals, if we get anyone else besides Mets, that'll be just a shock. Royals would be 2, I would think. I just don't think you go in with a team that you did a couple years with.
Yeah.
Even if you did win a title, who cares? You won with Houston, good job. But
I agree. But if you let me to give you guys a feel on what he did on his average. Now remember, he played till he was 40.
Yeah.
So those last years were not good years. They were
there for leadership.
Right.
That's right.
But if you take his 162 game average over a course of that 20-year career, he hit 279 with an 837 OPS. He averaged 20 stolen bases and 27 home runs and 99 RBIs over the course of a 20-year career. To average
pretty awesome.
99 RBIs is crazy, because if you look at
not an extreme power hitter. I mean, 27 homers is nothing to sneeze at.
He was speed, power, average. He was the prototypical, I guess, of the day. I don't know if did he do 30-30 ever?
He did. He did
a few times.
I asked the same thing, but
he did 30. We were saying he would if 27-33 were a category, that'd be more.
I was gonna say he's always close.
He was always.
Never actually did it.
He was in 2004, where he split time between the Royals and the Astros. He hit a combined 38 home runs and 42 stolen bases that year.
What a beast!
So he was almost 40-40 that year, and then his speed fell off after that. So,
as will happen in your 30s.
Yeah.
Right after that, his career high in stolen bases was 25. But if you look at 25-25, he did that a lot.
Yeah,
he was a lot of 25-25.
He's a 20-20 guy all day.
Oh yeah. So I love seeing Beltran go in. I had a soft spot for him. I would have loved to have actually seen him come back at the end of his career. At the end of his career, he was bouncing around teams. He was 1 year at Texas, 1 year at Houston at the end, and I was like, man, it would have been cool for him to come back. Like Grinke, if he would have done a Grinke and
what was his rookie year?
His rookie year was 1998.
Okay.
God dang, it doesn't seem like that long ago. Jeez, we're old.
Although he only played in 14 games in '98, so I don't know.
Actually, coffee.
99 was where he actually won the Rookie of the Year, so that was his technical rookie year. Okay. So he probably got the September call up in '98, and then in '99 he came on, and as a rookie had 194 hits, 22 home runs, 108 RBIs. 27 stolen bases as a rookie.
That's no Bob Hamlin, but it's pretty good.
Right?
That picture on my wall is of Kauffman Stadium. It's a flyover shot. 2004 opening day when he hit a walk-off homer to win opening day.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
And I was at that game and had to get a picture to remember that. That was pretty cool.
He also came up, if you guys remember, Pruitt and I were talking on Patreon. He was one of Dos Carlos. He came up, Carlos Beltran, and Carlos Febles. Febles, not quite the same career. Beltran.
I thought he was up with, who are the other two guys he was with, though? Is Goodwin, right? Goodwin, and then who's the other, outfielder? We had three young dudes all at once.
It was probably Dye.
Jermaine Dye.
Was it Jermaine Dye?
Probably. They had a pretty kick-ass outfield that year. I remember that.
Yeah, they definitely had. Let me see if I can. I'll look it up. But if you look at their, the funny thing was, his first manager was. Anyone name this? Anyone? I'll be really impressed.
Not Boone.
1999.
I can't remember.
Tony Muser.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
that doesn't seem like that long ago either.
years we like to forget. However, starting left fielder his rookie year, Johnny Damon. He was a starting center fielder. So Damon was 25, Beltran was 22, and then right was Jermaine Dye at 25. That was the
outfield I was thinking, yeah. It was Johnny Damon.
That was a heck of an outfield. The infield, not so good. But the outfield.
I want to say it was pretty close between Febles and Beltran early in that season.
Yep.
They were both lighting it up and both potential rookies of the year or whatever. And then all of a sudden it was
one fell off a cliff and the other did not.
Climbed the mountain.
Right.
And 20 years later is being inducted.
That kind of glory days. Damon that year hit 307, Beltran 293, and Dye 294.
Wow.
So that was an incredible outfield.
Completely the opposite of the 2025 Royals.
Yeah, just
no outfield.
Zero.
And Bobby Witt Jr. on the infield.
Totally.
Trying to carry everything by himself.
Absolutely. So we wanted to give congratulations to him. I could talk about Beltran all day, but we won't. As a sidebar, I had a group of girls ask me to take a selfie of them today, and
you're in it. That's pretty cool.
I actually turned around and with them took the picture, and they were like,
"What are you doing?"
I was like, "Oh, you want a photo? Oh, okay, I'll take a photo."
Because you said selfie.
Yeah.
I just gave you what you asked for.
That's awesome.
Anyway, that's an aside.
All right, so that's a good baseball preview. We don't want to get hung up too much on baseball yet. I know you guys are excited to get into baseball.
We're excited. We're weeks away.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
Carlos Beltran, Hall of Famer. Congrats. Hard transition.
Now let's hard transition to another sport, Pru. Take us
hard let's do that. All right, so we've talked about college football, MLB. Now let's go
Premier League. No,
not Premier League.
Curling. It's almost Winter Olympics time.
Let's
talk about the Alpine downhill slalom.
Let's go to the Chiefs front office. So the Chiefs this week hired a new wide receivers coach, which is a welcome addition. Chad O'Shea, former Patriots and Browns assistant coach.
Okay.
Supposedly
he's actually
this is going
coached
to be
wide receivers before, which is good.
Supposedly this is a great fit for the Chiefs wide receiver room. I haven't read a whole lot of articles on the guy, but anyway, seems like a decent hire and a welcome addition compared to the guy that was in there last year that I think we can all agree did no favors to Xavier Worthy and Rishi Rice and company. So
he just showed him how to hit people and get in trouble.
Yeah.
Here's how you speed and get away with it.
This guy's been arrested before, this O'Shea fellow, because
not unless it's in a like Irish bar or something.
Right.
Intervention.
Sounds like he might be on a bar stool tipping one back somewhere.
That's right. Anyway, glad to see him come on board. Eric Bieniemy coming back in as the Chiefs offensive coordinator. Mixed feelings. Yeah, slow clap, I think, from the Shrewdness is unanimous.
That's the best
I don't know anything anymore.
So
Mike McDaniel would have been nice offensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I did see.
I don't know. It kind of fun.
Man, I wish I would have saved it. So I'm going off memory here, but I saw a comparison to the Chiefs' rankings in points per game from 2018 to 22.
Yep.
And then Nagy's tenure, 23, 24, 25. And when Bieniemy was the offensive coordinator, the Chiefs' ranking in points was like 1, 4, 6, 3, 1, something like that.
That's right.
And then Nagy comes in and it's 15, 15, 20.
Yep. That's
so
absolutely
Eric
true.
Bieniemy had this guy called Tyreek Hill. I mean, he certainly helped the wide receiver core.
He does.
And
yep.
yeah, I mean, let's just start right there. I mean, this impact player had Kelsey in his prime. That helps. You get
Mahomes
your 20s version.
Mahomes in his, I would say, raw talent phase.
Yeah, in his gunslinger mode version where he just hooked it and got 50 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
So
I think there's some talent that helped.
There's some
for sure.
There's also a flip defensively too. Like they play a different game now. They have a defense. They don't have to rely on 50 points a game either. So
yeah,
you're right.
It's just different team, but
the numbers don't lie. Nagy has not had the same offenses as Bieniemy.
Yeah.
However, I remember just 3-4 years ago when we were as Chiefs Kingdom. Like, how can we peddle Bieniemy off to anyone, and why can't he get another job anywhere?
Yeah.
Right.
So what's he doing in these interviews?
Like, we didn't understand why the man couldn't get a head coaching job, and then he couldn't, and then he went to become an assistant head coach somewhere.
UCLA, wasn't it?
UCLA.
An assistant offensive coordinator, assistant to the assistant.
Assistant regional manager.
Something weird.
And it did not go well there, and now he's a running backs coach for the Bears. I don't know. He is a mystery wrapped inside an enigma to me. I thought that
he's mercurial.
He is mercurial, and I thought the players didn't like him necessarily.
Right.
But you have to think the first thing you do is call up Pat. Hey, what do you think about this? Right? Like it had to have Pat approval.
You would
think. Yeah. I would be shocked if they didn't.
This has got to be Pat approval. So even though remember them heading off at halftime of the AFC Championship game, screaming at each other, like I don't know, maybe things are different now. Maybe, but here's my bigger issue with it. I hate to say this because I love me some Andy Reid so much. I love him so much. He's just a big teddy bear, and I want to hug him. And he's like, he just wins. But I think every coach has a flaw. His flaw is loyalty. He is loyal to a fault. And it's like, if you're one of his guys, he is going to always have you as his guy. And like, you try to introduce somebody from outside of his sphere, and he's like, nope, Don't want that. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take him back. I'll take him back. I'll take him back. I mean,
Clyde
the last two
Edwards-Helaire.
coordinators-
Yeah.
Number one.
Clyde the Glide.
Yeah.
Exhibit A.
Sky
Clyde
Moore.
Edwards-Helaire.
let's
Sky Moore. McCole Hardman.
Yeah.
Like,
Nicole Hardman.
It's like we just kept bringing these guys back and giving them chances, and I feel like we did that with, what we've got right now, Matt Nagy. He went off to be a head coach. He failed miserably. We'll take him back.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought was weird about this was Matt Nagy has not been announced as a head coach anywhere yet.
No.
So
I think he's just out.
is this a little strange? Is this order a little strange to anyone else but me?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. The coach of Carousel is in full bloom right now.
Yeah.
Like Miami's new head coach, I've never even heard that name before. Like Jeff Hanley or something. I'm like, I had to look him
they
up.
hired anybody.
Like, who the hell is this? Then you look at his record. He's like a sub 500 college coach or something. Like, wow, he wins everywhere. Just Google him. Like, yeah, man, I thought we were in the age of winning and results. I didn't know you could just be Nagy and get hired for head coach jobs, but
That says a lot, doesn't it? But yes, this will be interesting because this will either be the kickstart that they need, and I think everybody agreed we needed something different on offense. I don't know if going back to the enemy is what any of us expected, but
like I was thinking McDaniel.
Okay.
Like,
something
right?
different
Or
like
it
what we
could
had
be
before.
him tying-
I don't know. Or something different.
Totally. Or it could be the millstone around Reed's neck. It could be the thing that ends his tenure. Like if they precipitously fall after this, it might be, goodbye whole crew.
Yeah.
Time to start over.
It could be exactly what you said, Dex. It could have been personnel. Kelsey in his prime, Tyreek, Mahomes, those three carrying the offense, not necessarily the magic of Eric Bieniemy as the offensive coordinator.
It's just,
he had Kareem Hunt in his prime too, right?
Yeah, that too.
So
who was rookie of the year, wasn't he? Or offensive rookie of the year?
or close. If not, I don't know if it was before the beating thing or after.
I don't know if he kind of, maybe it was an asterisk. It's like, would have been.
Yeah.
Because he was dominant, and then he screwed us.
He was definitely the rookie of the year in the California Penal League, for sure, if nothing else.
Rick Vaughn, and Kareem Hunt. They were cellmates.
So let's talk about that coaching carousel.
Yeah, exactly. So more news this week after the Bills' tragic loss against Denver. Tragic, is that the right word? I don't know.
It's pretty bad.
Typical.
It was
unfortunate.
Just
typical.
Demoralizing beating of a fan base and a franchise.
That was
Standard loss.
It was a little bit hard to watch the Josh Allen press conference. I felt really bad for the guy.
Oh my gosh, it was painful. I mean, he knows it was his window. He knows that was it. It's like, oh my God, I'll need to go down that road, take a left at the Smitties, and I was going to be set. I was going to be in the Super Bowl.
Totally.
And lo and behold, they lose. Sean McDermott gets fired. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. He was the second most tenured coach now.
All the tenure's going away. Andy's got to watch out.
After, Harbaugh and Tomlin go down and McDermott in the same year. That's rough, dude.
Not to mention, I believe the winningest coach in the last 6 years. If you look at his winning percentage,
wins, man.
He's they showed it on the screen the other day, and I want to say it was 106 and 54 or something crazy like that.
Wow.
He's winning at a 67% clip in the NFL. I get it. They crap out in the playoffs, but McDermott didn't call the 5 turnover plays.
That's it.
Yeah.
I
don't understand.
That Brandon Cooks down by contact. No, just kidding. You're not down by contact. Now it's a pick.
It's an interception.
And then that weird fumble that Allen did at the. I'm not mad that they went aggressive at the end of the half. What was he like? Why did he ever? He's never done that. He doesn't run and throw the ball freaking backwards. And
he was running
all he had to do is just go down in the half ended, and it wasn't there. But that's not McDermott. It's like, I shouldn't have called anything in. Just taking a knee and gone to the half. Come on, man. That's not how you win. It's playoffs.
It's not from one game, I don't think.
No.
Right? That would be a huge overreaction to fire your coach after one bad game. But even so, it doesn't seem like. I mean, the Bills have been perennial playoff, high chance of winning the Super Bowl every year, save Pat Mahomes in the way.
Yes.
I mean,
they probably would have had
15 playoff games. Like, if this fan base gets a coach that sucks, because we know from the Chiefs, we had Rottenheimer, and Marty Ball was Marty Ball. Gotcha. But then we went into the abyss where we didn't even think about having a winning season. We were drafting early and drafting all trash bags in the top 10 every single year. We were so bad.
Always.
So McDermott, I just don't understand. He's winning, and he's not doing – like, if you look at the game, it wasn't a coaching decision that cost him a clock management thing. Why did you have Josh Allen throw to single-covered Brandon Cooks? Like, that's a great play. I mean, that's what you do.
Right.
You take the single-covered match. You trust your MVP quarterback. I don't think McDermott did anything wrong from a coaching decisions. Than anyone else, right? Than anyone else. And I think if any of the coaches that got fired, Harbaugh's the one that was choking in the fourth quarter regularly. He lost so many games in the fourth quarter, up double-digit points, 2-score leads he'd blow.
Yeah.
That one, I'm like, all right, if you're going to see like a coaching decision-wise, like, why are you not running with Derrick Henry? Why does he have 2 carries in the fourth quarter when you're up 2 scores? Those are coaching decisions. McDermott, point at something. I can't find it. I've been trying to defend him like the last couple of days.
Like you said, screwed. The quarterback's decision has nothing to do with the play that's called and all that. Like
the thing that I keep coming across, and I think that Bills and the Ravens are about to find out, is like, what are you going to get better?
That's
Who's out there? That's like, it's not like
you can have the same.
Had like,
different is not always better. Yeah. Right.
No. So you're playing Let's Make a Deal. I used to love watching Let's Make a Deal whenever I was sick. I'd stay home sick, and I'd watch Let's Make a Deal on the game show. And like, it's the same tendency. I always talk about it in marketing too. People are drawn to door number 2, and it's like, hey, here's $500, or door number 2, and it's like,
it could be zero. It could be a potted plant.
You have $500. 9 times out of 10, they take door number 2, and I think it's the phenomenon of the backup quarterback too. Well, we put the backup in, it'll be better, and it's like, no, it won't be better. You got Sean better.
There's a reason he's the backup.
It's like Sean McDermott and John Harbaugh have been winners for a long period of time. I would love to get them. And we learned this as Chiefs Kingdom with Schottenheimer. Listen, yes, Schottenheimer didn't win the big game. Schottenheimer has in the playoffs every year.
Yep.
We're in the playoffs every year. And he made a lot of coaching errors that frustrated you in the playoffs, but he got you to the playoffs every year. And then we went through 20 years of hell.
Yes.
Like nothing. It's
nothing.
And what are you guys going to get? There's nobody out there. The best thing they could do is swap coaches.
I think so.
That'd be the best thing they could do.
These other openings out there, how does McDermott not get one of those? Like, if the Raiders are looking for someone, I don't know if he wants to go to Vegas, but you're going to get Mendoza, and you got Genty, and you've got some wideouts to work with. You've got Max Crosby, at least something on defense, and then you're going to be drafting first pick of every round, and you can get talent really quick that way. So I don't know. I think it's kind of attractive in that way. The ownership, having just the weirdest owner of all time,
it'd be shocking to not have him go somewhere.
He's got to take. I don't want him in the division for sure. I don't want McDermott. The division coaches are already ridiculous.
I don't think he wants to go against Mahomes twice every year now. I was like, Jesus, I had to go through it once. True. Even though he beats him in the regular season all the time.
That's true.
He does. Good record.
He does. So where do you think he goes?
Well, I thought.
Let's recap. We've had some news since we've talked about this last.
Point,
so the Giants job is off the table now, and the Atlanta job's off the table now.
Yep.
I think the Harbaugh Giants is a great fit.
Yep.
And then Dex, who went to Atlanta, Stefanski, right?
Yep. So he went from Cleveland to Atlanta. I mean, do you think he's just tickled pink? I would be.
So those are our first 2 predictions, right? Those are the 2 most
coveted teams,
desirable teams to go coach.
Yep, and weird.
But
And
like,
first.
two of our probably top 4 picks for best coaches available.
Yep.
But don't you think the Bills' job jump right to the top of desirability though?
I think it does.
I think it's similar to the Ravens. Like, you got a lot to step into.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh.
That's true.
Now you have to
And
go
Pittsburgh.
in, and if you don't win a championship, I mean, they got fired because they go to the playoffs every year. And they go
right.
to AFC Championship games,
They
and
only-
wild card divisional.
Right. They only got to the playoffs every year.
Yeah, for like 8 years in a row.
Didn't win the Super
decade,
Bowl.
And
Totally.
you don't win with your MVP quarterbacks. So Lamar
Right.
Jackson couldn't do it. Josh Allen couldn't do it. We expect you to come in and just sprinkle
Yes.
some
Fix it
fairy
all,
dust
yeah.
on it and make it work. Do
Right.
Andy Reid's thing.
Yes.
So I think that's still probably a better situation to step into than Cleveland.
Seriously, yeah. I mean, I'll take
or something.
Lamar
but
or Josh Allen as a.
Yeah.
I guess I'll work with you. We'll see what we can
I
do with
really
you.
thought
that covers up a
I
lot of
really-
sins, but
Does.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
really liked McDermott to Miami. I really liked that. I think that would have been great. He could have gone against the Bills twice a year, but evidently, they're actually they actively tried to downgrade from Mike McDaniel and hiring somebody that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
that right,
doesn't have
Dex?
a winning record? I think when I was it 22 and 25. It was something weird. I'm like, that is a strikingly low number of games won, and he lost more than he won. That's not a good combo right there. But maybe I don't know enough about wherever he came from, which is
New
clearly I
NFL
do
coach
not.
with exactly 22 wins.
Yeah.
Ever.
Jeff Halfley.
Hanley or Halfley or something.
He's the Packers DC.
Oh,
And this update just in, hot off the press. Chargers plan to hire ex-Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel as OC.
Yep,
oh,
I saw that one.
So the Chargers are going to hire McDaniel as OC. I would have liked to see it in Kansas City. Not gonna lie, I would have liked to see that, but
yeah.
interesting. So he's gonna go work for Jimmy Harbaugh there. That's gonna be a formidable duo together in the
Yep, you got
Coaching
Herbert
room.
instead of Tua, and
Right.
Ryan McConkey. I think that'll be that's a pretty good job. It's not too bad. You got some talent to work with, and you got a Marion Hampton. You got your running backs.
You don't have
you
an
got your
A chain,
wideouts,
but
quarterback.
you do have Hampton.
Yeah,
mold.
and Hampton's kind of hurt this year. We don't know really what he's going to be yet, but I mean, he got drafted high overall out of North Carolina for a reason. I think he's got all the skills. We'll just see what happens. But
So
yeah, who knows?
Hafley-
Let's see how these play out.
It'll be interesting to see how this trifecta of quality teams gets restaffed with coaches.
Yep.
Pittsburgh and Baltimore and now the Bills.
Oh, another announcement just hot off the press. Tennessee has hired a coach, Robert Saleh.
Really?
Oh, from
That
San
was
Francisco,
Yeah.
Yes. So
their
he,
Probably not
defensive
a bad
coordinator.
fit.
their DC.
Yeah.
You remember he was
Former Jets coach.
he was the Jets coach for several years. So he's getting another chance in Tennessee. I don't hate it.
No,
I like
that.
I like
Hire?
him as a. I mean, he didn't do great
well, he had the
as
Jets.
with the Jets,
No
but
one's
the
done well
Jets
with
aren't
the
great.
Jets. Yeah.
Right? It is the Jets.
It's hard
He's
to turn around
I mean,
the Jets.
They talked a lot about
Right.
his his defensive coordinator skills or whatever coaching skills for San Francisco. Like he's like a wizard with the team that they had with all their injuries and stuff like that, and he kept them in the games.
Duct tape and Elmer's glue to keep that defense together. And they still
Yeah,
got
exactly.
second round of the playoffs.
Totally.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
The Steelers have interviewed several candidates, Chris Shula being one of them.
Yep.
The Rams.
I think he's going to get one of these jobs for sure. It'd be funny, Shula, this is the one I keep going back to, Chiz, is where would Shula naturally fit? That's what I keep thinking. And I don't think they'll hire until after they lose. Like, can't.
That's interesting.
But I think Miami
So-
and Shula.
That would have been a great
But
great fit.
obviously it's not going to work that way. But that's where I kept thinking he was going to go.
I would have liked to have seen that too. So the Steelers are interviewing folks. Noticeably absent from these though. I do not see the Chiefs offensive coordinator as a coaching candidate as being rumored.
No.
I'm not seeing him as one of these top things. So it was a situation where the Chiefs just kind of said, "Okay, thanks.
You should go be a head coach somewhere."
Oh, you're going to be a head coach. Go be a head coach. And then grabbed Bieniemy, bizarrely. But
I hear the Tennessee Titans are looking for a coach. You should go coach there.
Right.
So the Titans. So this was interesting. The Athletic had an article out. Apparently, Harbaugh was really close to that one.
Really?
So that's an interesting one. And you got to look at it. I mean, you have Cam Ward. That's something
because of the Cam Ward situation. Yeah.
And you have a brand new stadium opening up. I don't know if it's next year or the year after. I mean, the thing. Certainly the outside's done. I just can't remember if it's opening up next year or the year after. But you'll have a new stadium. You got a young, talented quarterback. Your wideouts are not bad. I mean, they're young.
That's right.
And I think there's some stuff there. So that's not a bad job either. It's in Tennessee. I mean, they've got some history of being good. I mean, Vrabel was that history of making them good. But at the end of the day, that's not a bad franchise, I don't think. I think it's probably pretty attractive with what's there. Especially compared to, I don't know, Cleveland.
I
just a circus,
should have used
man.
Cleveland as my example. But
yeah, I mean, that's just still a circus. And we made fun of it last year. Here we are again. I mean, what a shish kebab show. I mean, now you got to come in. You still have Shador drama. Now he's going to I won like 2 games, man. What's up? But if you don't believe in him, do you want to be tied to your success? I don't know if I want him as my franchise quarterback. But this year's draft doesn't really have anybody other than Mendoza. And he's going to the Raiders probably.
Right.
You got 4 other quarterbacks to choose as your franchise quarterback.
That's true.
That's right.
Sean, how you doing, buddy?
Like lots of franchise quarterback options there.
I mean, if Andy Reid was coaching Cleveland, Deshaun Watson would be back in the fold.
Totally. Absolutely.
Come on, folks. What's old is new again. Let's do this.
That's right. Well, the 2 other pieces of news hot off the press today to close the coaching news out, I guess, is the Eagles interviewed Brian Dable for the OC role. Interesting. And
that's kind
Mike McCarthy, remember old Mike McCarthy? Interviewed for the Steelers job today.
I don't know about that one.
That kind of seems perfect to me. I think he'd be about 8-7 or 10-7, 9-8. So I think
from that point of view, I think they would nail it.
He seems very Steelers.
He's very 500, and it worked in Dallas. Why not? He's still riding the coattails of his prior success, which that's what it is. Yeah. But he hasn't really been talked about that much as being like lead candidates. No. I think one of the ones they're talking about is. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking. The Vikings defensive coordinator. That's one they're looking at in Pittsburgh
Brian
as well.
Flores.
Yeah, Flores. But the thing is, he comes with some baggage too. Like he's a rabble-rouser, which I don't know if that's what you want. Like, I don't need you fighting the fight. I just need you to coach my team and get everything out of them and do better than 10-7. I need you to 11 or 12.
He is getting a lot of buzz. He's on a lot of the lists of interviews that have been had. Flores is getting a lot of interviews.
Giving him a fat contract to stay on as defensive coordinator too, though.
Yeah.
He seems like a good candidate for the Raiders or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That would be a perfect fit, actually. Perfect
Misfit
fit for
toys, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So we got more coaching news. We'll keep up with that, but the interesting stuff we wanted to update you on. Now let's talk about the game. So we had 4 games. We're down to 2 to preview for this weekend. We'll talk about the games briefly here and what happened, and then we'll talk about the 2 games that are coming, AFC and NFC Championship weekend. 2 games no one would have predicted probably, and I don't know how thrilled the NFL is about them, but we'll see.
People will watch.
Still championship weekend, and people are still going to watch. But this past weekend, we had quite an interesting set of games, starting with Houston and New England. Let's discuss this game. Our betting, we'll talk about later. it was not a great weekend for the Shrewdness and betting. This was a game I personally expected Houston to hold within 3 points. Actually, I was pretty bullish on them to win this game, given how well their defense is playing.
And how well Stroud's been playing.
Then CJ Stroud said, wait a second. Whenever I told him, hey, there's no way. If you guys go back and listen to the Shrewdness, I was like, there's no way CJ Stroud has that bad of a game 2 games in a row. And he said, hold my beer.
Hold my non-alcoholic beer.
That's right. Davis Mills, get ready. I'm out to play so bad they're going to contemplate it at halftime.
While I turned the ball over 5 times.
Oh, my gosh.
Brutal.
This was just an absolute disgustingness. There was 8 turnovers in this game.
Yeah.
5 by the Texans, 3 by the Patriots. No one wanted to win this game. They were like, you win. No, you win. Here. No, you win.
Nobody could hold on to the ball. It was like
it was awful.
frozen ball or something. And yeah, I mean,
Stroud, if he had played somewhat average for him, they probably win this game.
Yeah, the 4 interceptions really kind of hurt the momentum. Couldn't really keep the drives going when it kept ending up in New England's hands.
I mean, he was 20 of 47, 212 yards, tutty, and 4 interceptions. And he was sacked 3 times.
But he ran for 11 yards.
That is rough to come back from, especially when your leading rush was Woody Marks with 14 carries for 17 yards, ladies and gentlemen.
I missed on that one. My bad. Shrewdness.
Dexter did not see that.
So it's funny. I thought he would get about 14 to 17 carries. And in my head, I was doing 3.5, 4 yards a carry. I'm like, he got 52 yards all day. That's going to be easy mode. I mean, New England's good, but they're not phenomenal.
I mean, you didn't count on 1.2 yards a carry?
Did not. It wasn't that. Yeah. It was. I couldn't believe he just kept running. Like, just dropped like a sack each time. Like, wow.
They rushed. They rushed as a team 22 times for a total of 48 yards. They averaged 2.2 yards a carry in that game. So when you can't run the ball, and C.J. Stroud looked like he was actively attempting to throw to the other team, it's
for the second week in a row.
Right.
Yeah, I think here's an interesting one. If you're Houston and you've now seen, we're joking about it during just kind of in our text group. He peaked his rookie year. He's not been good since. And then he see this in the playoffs, like at least Justin Herbert's not throwing the game.
Right.
Good Lord, he might be getting sacked nonstop, but he's not 9-10 turnovers. I mean, this is unacceptable. Like,
there's no way. You just can't
feel good going into next year with this.
The problem is they were in a horrible situation too, because you watch this game and you're like, at halftime I was like, you need to bench him. You need to put Davis Mills in because Davis Mills is not going to turn the ball over. And really, if you don't turn the ball over, you had a good chance to win this game.
Absolutely.
But then if you bench him and you put Davis Mills in and you win, what do you do the next week? So it's like, it was just awful. It was just
you really don't want a quarterback controversy going into the AFC Championship game.
No. Yeah. So then on the other side of the ball, Drake May, potential MVP Drake May, he didn't look that great either, honestly. I mean,
I don't think he was that bad, though. I mean, he had
he wasn't bad.
180 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he was doing the game plan as you're supposed to be doing the game plan. And they were running the ball just fine. I mean, Rafumble Stevenson, 16 for 70. Yep. That's pretty good. And he was he had some good passes, man. He was dropping these things in buckets, which is what we've seen from Drake May a lot.
That's a testament to Houston's defense
That's what I'm saying. It's more Houston's defense, and he still threw 3 touchdowns against you.
He did fumble the ball 4 times.
Yes.
He fumbled the ball 4 times. He only lost 2 of them, but he fumbled 4 times. And I'm like, dear God, man, these guys, like these young quarterbacks, they got to figure out what guys like Alex Smith knew, which is like you can win a lot of games just not turning it over.
Exactly.
Just like being league average punting. And not turning it over.
Like it's okay to punt sometimes.
Manage the game.
Still a thing.
Yeah, manage the game. Just keep the ball moving down the field, and if you get stopped, you kick it away, and you start again the next time.
Yeah. And the weird thing was this was kind of the de facto AFC
Well,
Championship game.
because of what happened in Indiana.
Let's talk about that game. So the other AFC game, Buffalo, Denver. Holy cow.
That was a phenomenal game. Probably there's two games that were game of the weekend. So Rams, Bears, and Bills, Broncos. Those were both overtime playoff games that went down to the wire. But boy, Josh Allen, I just can't believe he had that many turnovers, and they were costly. I mean, all of them are costly, but like we were saying, C.J. Stroud could have thrown two picks and still been okay, but it's the third and fourth one that really crippled the Houston.
Yeah.
These for Josh Allen, though, I mean, one of them is very controversial, right? So the Brandon Cooks catch, not catch.
I still don't know that I believe that call. I still don't know that I like it.
I get why they called it that way, but it just...
So they kept saying he didn't have full possession of it, but you just keep seeing image after image. It's in his chest. He's on the ground, and the guy just comes in and rolls over and takes it. I'm like,
Right.
Well, it wasn't an interception until after he rolled over. Like, I think if that ball hits the ground and then they roll over, then it's just incomplete. And, like, nobody had it until he rolled over.
But the controversy is that Devontae Adams had the same thing happen the same weekend.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help when you try and be consistent with enforcement of rules. And you get and those are game all. That was the game. Like, you catch that, you kick a field goal. That's it. It's over. And instead, it's the other direction. I'm like, no.
But to your point, though, Dex, on the turnovers. So here's a couple stats for you. Passing yards were dead even, 283 to 279. Bills, Broncos. Rushing yards, Bills outrushed the Broncos 183 to 70.
Yeah.
And they lost
James
by
Cook
3
was
points.
killing it.
They lost by 3 points, and it comes down to 5 turnovers to 1. Like, if you had just turned the ball over 4 times, you would have won.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to have to... Like, you could have turned the ball over 4 times and won.
Yeah.
And on the road.
That's what... I mean, if you look at the turnover battle, if that's the only stat you look at, it's like, I forget, it's something ridiculous. Like, 80% of the time, the team with fewer turnovers wins the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super lopsided. And it makes your point exactly, Chiz. If you just take care of the ball, you don't have to do anything magical to win the game 80% of the time.
The Bills converted on 67% of their third downs. The Broncos 50% of their third downs. And you still lose that. I mean, if you're a Bills fan,
67% against that Denver defense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
They were 10 of 15 on third down. Like,
I think Buffalo's a better team. I still think it, even though obviously we lost a prediction and lost a bet last week. Buffalo's a better team. And it's super sad because Bo Nix, obviously, you're under a rock. I mean, he breaks his ankle on the next to last play of the game. Ugh, that's horrible. Now you have Jarrett Stidham, the AFC Championship game for Denver. I mean, this is kind of what you're talking about, Chiz. I don't know if the NFL wanted to see this. I'd rather have Josh Allen. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Buffalo just cuts Josh Allen. He gets signed by Denver this week and gets to go play in the AFC Championship game anyway.
Totally.
That'd be
totally.
One way or the other, I'm getting there.
Jarrett Stidham, who, it's fun fact for you out there, is going to be the first ever person to start an NFL conference championship game without having taken a snap in that season.
Crazy.
First ever. He has not taken a snap yet, folks. So we're going to see Jarrett Stidham, and that's what I was talking about. You're right, Dex. We'll talk about that preview here in a second, but if you're telling me that Josh Allen in an AFC Championship game with a chance to go to a Super Bowl would not have been massive ratings, it would have been. But now you got Jarrett Stidham. So
that game doesn't have quite the must-see TV allures it did before.
And I think that's why Buffalo was so, like, visibly upset after the game. It's like, we were the better team, and we felt like we had
all right there
wrestled away from us by the referees on that one play. That, I get it. That's not the play that lost you the game, but that was a huge shift in momentum
There were
and all that.
multiple turnover plays. You're right that cost them the game. But okay, so sad. Would have liked to see the Bills make a run. Hey, I'm a Chiefs fan, but I still would have liked to see Josh Allen have a shot.
Yep.
And
I got respect for that kid.
So,
got respect for him.
I do.
Yep.
So now we go over to the NFC. The first game was Snoozeville.
Yeah.
I guess the 49ers injuries finally caught up with them.
That's
they
what
had
you
half the
hinted
team
at.
out.
Yeah. I didn't think they would play that bad, though.
Nope.
Oh, my God.
Nope.
I didn't either.
The punt return touchdown to start the game off was kind of like the Indiana-Oregon game where a pick six on the first play.
Yes.
Like you see that and you're like, oh, it's going to be that day. Oh, boy.
Right.
And then
Right.
nothing went right. Nothing went right.
I took the under on points because I was like, there's no way that San Francisco is going to give up that many. And I know they're not going to score that many, but
Yeah.
did not expect them to give up 41 points.
Yeah, they were getting crushed. And it wasn't much better. We made fun of Woody Marks in Houston, but Christian McCaffrey, who's got a little better pedigree, 11 for 35. It's not like he was running all over people. But what always does is catch, but even that was held to a minimum. And then he got kind of knocked out of the game, man. So he had the stinger for a while. He didn't play chunks at a time. Then he came back in and hurt it again.
The third quarter, he was like on the
he wasn't
sideline
in much
most
of
of
the
it.
third quarter. But by then, this game was kind of already out of hand.
For those of us who had the over on receptions, did not appreciate him being out that third quarter at all. But if you look at their box score, you know why they lost, because I'm looking at these names and I see McCaffrey, and then I'm like, who are these guys? Like I'm looking at the list and I'm like, dang, it's amazing they made it.
2 or 3 guys run the ball that I was like, did this guy play this year?
Well, Jordan James, he was that rookie we previewed at the beginning of the season. He hadn't taken any snaps all season. He's taken 0. And then like your first ones are in the divisional round of the playoffs. Man. Yeah,
and as we've talked about many times, when your leading rusher is your quarterback, it's not a good thing. Yeah. And hey, Seattle did. I keep waiting, and Dexter knows. I keep waiting for Darnold the Pumpkin. This was another turnover battle. San Francisco 3 turnovers, Seattle 0. They didn't turn the ball over. Darnold did not turn the ball over. Now, the thing is with Darnold so far is he hasn't been asked to really do much. He was 12 of 17 for 124 yards.
But that's all you need to do. Because he only did complete 5 passes, though. And when your running game doing what the running game was doing, I mean, 19 for 116 for Kenneth Walker. Yeah. And again, the defense was just destroying San Francisco. I mean, they were shaking him around like a dog with a toy, just throwing him all over the place. It was oof. It was hard to watch.
Yes. Yeah.
And so he didn't need to do anything, and it looked strikingly similar to some of these quarterbacks that go through the playoffs. I don't know, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning when he was with the later years. Right, he didn't have to do anything in the playoffs except hand the ball over and then get a couple third down passes.
Could this be a Trent Dilfer type?
He's way better than Trent Dilfer, though. Because when asked to do it, he can do it.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's done it a lot.
That was an incredible throw to JSN, like in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, it was an incredible throw.
I mean,
he had JSN to catch it too, which helps.
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt.
That looked almost exactly like a Mahomes to Hardman pass.
Yeah, but JSN only 3 for 19. Only 3 for 19 for your engine, who led the league in either receptions or yards. He was second in the other one. I can't remember. But regardless, Jackson Smith and Jigba is probably the offensive player of the year.
Yards, I think, it was first.
But that's going to be a tough out, and we'll talk about that when we get to projection.
They're a very good team. So let's look at the other one, which was a much more interesting game. Talk about all the drama. My son Isaac said, dude, these 2 teams are the most exciting teams left playing, and they're playing each other. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. So you had Rams and Bears, and you had a superstar-laden Rams team with some veteran presences on it, going to Chicago to a young, electric, super exciting Bears team, and it lived up to the hype. It did. Absolutely lived up to the hype. The Rams, I'll give Caleb Williams credit. He makes some plays. he does make some plays, and I still don't know how Cole Kmet got that open. I said, how in the world does Cole Kmet get open in the back of the end zone?
Sprint backwards. It looked like playing old video games, like Tecmo Bowl. You run backwards to avoid the sack, and then just hit the A or the B button, whoever you're throwing to. And I could not believe that worked. It never works. It doesn't even work in video games. And the fact he pulled off a less probable play in real life than he would do in a video game. I mean, try that in Madden. I dare you to go drop a play on Madden right now and just run backwards 20 yards to the quarterback and throw it and hit a dime and have him be 5 yards away from the defender. And they said it was a push-off, but you looked at the replay. No, it wasn't. They were like grappling.
It really wasn't.
Then he just let go and went back and caught it.
It really wasn't. To show how even the game was, too, Caleb Williams threw for 257 yards. Matthew Stafford threw for 258 yards.
Yeah.
That was, the difference. The difference,
it was super even.
Really, is the defense of the Rams played a little better than the defense of the Bears. The Bears' defense needs help still. They're not a championship defense yet.
That was their best game, though, I think.
It was their best game.
They did. They commented several times on how well the secondary was holding up against the Rams receivers.
And Nakua only had 5 catches.
Yeah.
Nakua only had 5 catches. Now, some of that was because it's snowy cold, right? Yeah,
whatever. He was getting beat up, too, though. They were covering him. I mean, they were
totally
on him like
they played well.
Tape. They
played a really good game. The turnover story in this one, hey, not a surprise. 3 turnovers for the Bears, 0 turnovers for the Rams.
Again.
Like, the Bears don't turn the ball over, they win the game.
They win.
The last one was a killer.
Caleb's got to learn. He 3 interceptions. You can't throw 3 interceptions. Like,
there's just no need for the last one either. That's what the killer was. You're driving. You can run the ball. You've got options. You're doing quick. Like, everything was working. And then you just tried to get greedy. And you can yell at DJ Moore if you want, Bears fans, but I also he didn't look like the play was designed for him, man. That dude's just running a route, probably trying just to clear defense because he's not the main guy on the play. Now, do you need to be aware? Yeah, you do. But, why are you forced into a guy who doesn't know that he's supposed to be getting it?
If you're coming across the middle and you see the safety running step for step with you, do you expect the ball?
No.
I mean, part of him is probably like, I'm covered, dude. Wait, what? Why are you throwing the ball?
Right. Well, the other thing that was weird about the route is I saw people analyzing that he should have gone under, right? That DJ Moore should have gone under. It looked like one of those routes, though, that he could have gone over or under, and he had the option, and he was still kind of in the middle of the option, and
the ball was out.
Caleb decided he was going under. He threw under, and it was like he turned back, and it was like, oh crap, and it was like, It was a great interception actually, but
I thought Luther Burden looked like he was more open,
totally
on that play.
Same.
He had 2 guys on him, but he beat them both.
Yeah,
he had 2 steps on him, and he floated that ball down the sideline. He may have run for a long ways.
I agree.
So too.
I agree.
That was a good game. I kind of wanted the Bears to win, just out of principle, because they were a very fun team to watch. I think the Rams-Seattle game is going to be really good. Don't get me wrong. They've had a couple good games. I mean, I think the 2 games combined have been separated by 3 points. I think the first game was decided by 2, and then it was 38-37 Seattle in the last one. So this is going to be Matt Stafford threw 460 yards, I think, last time.
Let's talk about that game. So we got 2 championship games. One that I think most people would say is decidedly more exciting to talk about than the other. So let's talk about the less exciting game first. Let's talk about New England and Denver. And while this game would have been
preseason week 3 game.
Yes, the preseason week 3 game, which is what we're ending up getting. Now, Drake May is interesting. He hasn't been quite as exciting, thrilling as I hoped he would have been in the playoffs so far. So maybe this is a game where he does that. It's at Denver. Denver is a 5.5-point underdog, which I really hate. A low-scoring game with a 5.5-point underdog, even if it is Jared Stidham. It's still a little, little creepy to me.
What does Vegas know? Why is it only 4.5? Right? 5.5.
I told Chiz in the Patreon, this is going to be like a 17-13 game.
Yeah.
Where Denver's defense is going to keep it low enough that 5 points is going to matter.
It feels like a rock fight game. The question is, can Jared Stidham do anything? Is there any chance in your minds? Can you see any world where Jared Stidham pulls this off?
There's not a lot of tape on him, so it's hard to study the game plan against him.
Yeah.
If you're trying to go down that path, I'm just trying to get some tangents here. Like, what could work?
Does he use his legs? I don't really know.
I don't know. He was mobile 3 years ago, the last time he played.
Right?
But at the end of the day, you kind of have to trust that Sean Payton will come up with a game plan to get whatever the best is out of Jared Stidham. Now, what that is, I don't know. I mean, the Patriots' defense is better than people give it credit for. It's good. It is championship good. And they've got all the pieces in the right places to make a run. Now, are they the best? No, but they're a top 10 defense. They're probably a top 5 defense, really. And the way they've been playing in the postseason, I don't know how you doubt it. So Jared Stidham's not going to be able to do much. I mean, the main benefit's going to be he'll be quiet. So we got a dude that doesn't – he's going to know the plays. He's been there, right? But it's not going to be loud for him, which is nice, as opposed to Drake May's going to go have to deal with that noise in Denver. We know that's a thing. It's loud there.
Thing, yeah.
Yep. But is there a world where they can win? I guess. Like, it's going to be defense, though. So it's going to be a Drake May mistake or a fumble scoop, a strip sack fumble, a kick return, special teams. It'll be something like that.
17-13 game is the only way they win this, and they got to get lucky once to get the 17.
Well, he is a little background on Jared Stidham. He is now 29. He came into the league at 23. He has started in 6 years a grand total of 4 games. So this will be his 5th start. He is career 59% passer. He's thrown 8 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
There we go.
This is like Dexter getting a phone call tomorrow from the Royals, being like, "Hey, we need a second baseman.
Yeah,
can you show up Can you show up for opening day?
Be right there."
Right?
It's crazy.
He is.
Okay, maybe not quite that bad, but
not that bad.
This is a lot to ask of Mr. Stidham, and
oh my goodness, it seems like a mountain to ask.
Peyton will find a way to. It wouldn't shock me if they ran the ball the first 15 plays of the game or something, just to.
Yeah. And the bad thing about that is you don't even have your starting running back anymore. So you got Harvey, who is a rookie. You got a rookie running back and a 29-year-old, basically rookie quarterback starting the game. Ugh. If Denver gets to the Super Bowl, holy hell, what an awful scenario for NFL. They cannot hope that this happens. If you get a Jared Stidham, like I was talking before, if you get a Jared Stidham Sam Darnold matchup in the Super Bowl, it may be the lowest rated Super Bowl in the history of mankind. I mean, holy crap.
I mean, the 12s will be watching, but that's for sure. Let's go to the other game, though. So this one that'll be interesting. New England's got to lose the game rather than Denver winning the game. I think that's what this one comes down to, in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah.
But flipping over to the other one, so the Rams Seahawks. These are two heavyweights. These are two of the best teams, probably arguably two of the top 5 teams in the NFL battling each other in this last week. And the Rams. Again, we have the 2 MVP favorites, right? Drake May in one side, and then you have Stafford on the other side. They kind of got where they're supposed to be. That's what you want out of your quarterbacks for having career best seasons. And then you got Sam Darnold, who just keeps winning. And everybody wants him to pumpkin, and everybody keeps waiting for it. Even the commentators, they're like, well, it is Sam Darnold, but I don't know what this guy has to do. He back-to-back 14-win seasons, and it's just because of how sour last year ended. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
And everybody just wanted the sourness of it, especially Vikings fans. But the NFL watched him just look horrible and just throw away a season. But I think you learn from mistakes. Well, you should learn from mistakes and get better and not put yourself in the same situations to make the same mistakes again. So I think what he's doing is improving. He's making better reads. And the fact that he was only 12-17, that tells you something that if the running game is working, he won't need to throw. But the thing is, he also threw well over 4,000 yards this year and close to 30 touchdowns. If they need him to throw it to win, he'll be able to do it. And Stafford can. So I think this game with the 47.5, the over looks kind of enticing, really. I think there's going to be, while they're
Don't give anything away. Don't give anything away on picks. Don't give anything away.
Anyway, over to you guys. I think we had two good running backs. So Kenneth.
I agree.
So K-Dub is going to be doing the running because Charbonnet is out for the year now. So for the Seahawks fans,
is he?
Zach Charbonnet tore his ACL last game, which really hurts. So now Kenneth Walker III is going to get all the carries, which is that good? I don't know. He's been doing really well, and he's had 2 great games in a row. So it's not the worst thing. Both the teams are going to be able to run. So Kyron Williams on one side, Kenneth Walker on the other. You got Stafford and Darnold, Jaskyn Smith and Jigba, and Puka Nacua.
Yep.
You've got stars everywhere. But
Yeah,
the
this
Seattle
is going to be a fun
defense
game.
is probably the biggest differentiator of what they can be. Now, again, the last time they played, it was 38-37. So
Right.
that doesn't look like the best defense in the league when giving up 38 points,
Right.
37 points. But at the end of the day, I think this one is going to be a phenomenal game. Whoever wins, if it's a 3-point spread to Seattle, just basically getting the home 3 for being home.
Yep.
That's the spread. I think everyone expects this to be close, and whatever, it's just going to take one playmaker or one tip ball going to the other team. I think it's going to be a phenomenal game. Where are you guys at?
I want you guys to go back with me to our preseason predictions. And if you will notice, I picked Seattle to win the West.
Yes.
And my Super Bowl, I picked them to lose the Super Bowl because I thought the Chiefs would be in it. But I picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl.
Yes, you did.
And I said something about Seattle might win the division, but the Rams are going to be right there too. Both phenomenal teams. And that ended up, that's the one thing I can point at and say, hey,
Nostra
I predicted that.
Nailed it.
You got that. Now
it is pretty amazing that the final three of the final 4 NFC teams are all from the same division.
Yep.
Really tight division. A lot of good matchups this year, and this is going to be a great game.
Absolutely. So, predictions. What do you guys think? Who's
New
the Super
England
Bowl? Who's playing in the Super
Seattle
Bowl?
will be in the Super Bowl.
New
That's
England
what
and
I'm
Seattle.
going with.
Pruitt?
Just because I took them before the season, I'm going to say the Rams. And New England.
Okay.
I don't think Jarrett Stidham can
I just don't think
lead them to
either.
victory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams, New England as well. I think that's I think the Rams are gonna sneak it out. I just like the coach and their quarterback better. But I think that's gonna be a really good game. And obviously whoever wins that NFC battle is gonna be favored. If you look at Super Bowl odds right now, it's probably Seattle and the Rams are just about even in terms of favorites to win the Super Bowl, and then it's going to go New England and then Denver way down at 4 because of that injury news. So it'll be interesting, but we'll see how it plays out. Let's talk about betting. So we've been good all year. Don't forget that, guys. We've been good all year. So it's a little bit of a rough patch for the Shrewdness. We had a rare offer. We had been red hot, so stupid statistics, they tend to come back and bite you in the butt. And they did for us this last week. We went 0 for 3. After going 3 for 3, we went 0 for 3. So we didn't miss badly.
After going 7 for 9, we went 0 for 3. So
it
still
started with the Bills. The stupid play, the pick that screwed us. That would have got us a 1-0 start and off to the good start right there. But instead, it went the other way. We're like, now we're 0 for 1 right off the get-go.
Lost that one. Then the San Francisco-Seattle game went over barely. So we had under 44.5.
We missed by 1 day, Chiz. You said it started at 48.5.
Yep, it did.
And it dropped to 44.5 when we took it.
That's why you got to get them early, right?
Yep.
And then I picked Houston +3, and we'd already discussed that. Debacle. So 0 for 3 on the weekend, but that's okay. Never fear. We are back. Hey, we were 0 for 3 last week. It's good odds we're going to be 3 for 3 this week. So it might be time to get on and win that yacht. So let's start out with Mr. Pruitt. Mr. Pruitt, what do you like this week?
The other thing I'll say about our 0 for 3 is that we've never gone back-to-back 0 for 3s.
That's right.
I think in
That's right.
3+ years we've been doing this, we've never gone back-to-back 0 for 3s.
We don't go 0 for 3.
No.
So take that to the bank.
That's right.
Right.
So what do you like this week, Brew?
So San Fran, Seattle, under 44.5. I was like, all right, there's no way they can get there. I'm even more confident this week that Denver and New England cannot get to 42.5. I'd be shocked if Denver scores more than 17 points. And Denver has a very good defense. I'm not sure New England can put up more than like 24. So you combine those, maybe they get to about 42, but I just don't see it. I think it's going to be a 20-10 type game, 20-13, 24-17 is about the highest I can see, and that still gets you under. So I like
the only way I agree.
Under.
I agree, Prue. I think the only way this game goes over is if the defenses and special teams get a bunch of touchdowns and screw us that way. But I love the under on the.
I didn't think about a Jarrett Stidham pick 6 or something like that. But hopefully, they'll just hand the ball off a lot and stick with short passes and just be punting the ball away a lot. So
right, pick 6, pick 12, pick 18.
That's right.
Get out of them quickly.
Yeah.
Dex, what do you got this week?
So the one I like the best is just, we've already talked about it. I don't believe in Jarrett Stidham at all. I think the Patriots are going to cover 4.5. I think they'll cover 5.5. I think they will win by a touchdown. I mean, at least a touchdown. They don't have anyone broke. And whereas you look at the Broncos, it's the defense and defense only. But Drake May, it's hard to bet against MVP caliber quarterbacks in the season. They're having their MVP season. I'm going to bank on that. He's not going to make those mistakes again. I think he's not going to dive forward and have the ball knocked out by some big fat lineman today. I think it's going to be a better game. And if he doesn't turn the ball over, they would be putting up way more points. And so I think he puts a good game plan together because they're not going to be asked to do too much. I don't think Denver's going to be able to score, kind of why we're taking the under. But I think New England can easily cover the spread. And again, it would take something weird. And I don't see it. Again, I don't think that Denver Broncos defense is just wholly unbeatable. I don't think that at all. And when you look at, they gave up 30 points to the Bills and they should have lost last week. Why can't Drake May put up 30 points? I mean, I think he totally can. So I'm on New England minus 4.5 or 5.5, depending on. Doesn't even matter where you're at. I think they win by a touchdown.
We don't want him to put up 30, though. We want him to put up about 24.
Good call.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
30-10. That'll work.
So we've got so far Denver, New England under, and we've got New England minus. And I'm going to go to the NFC slate. We discussed this earlier. I think we're going to have some fireworks in this NFC Championship. I think it's going to be a really great game. And it could go defensive. I could be totally off, but I don't think it's going to be defensive. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this game. So I really like the over 47.5. I mean, if you think about that's a – do you think this game could be 27-24? Easy. I could easily see that.
28-21.
I can definitely see –
I
can see the teams getting to 30s pretty easily in this game too. So I think I like that over, and I'm super excited to watch the game in general. So Championship Sunday is upon us. We have the Denver, New England under 42.5, New England minus 5.5, and we have the Rams and Seahawks over 47.5. Take it to the bank. Lock it up.
Let's go get a yacht.
All right, fellas. Another incredible. We are 1 weekend away from understanding who's going to be in the Super Bowl and what's going to transpire in another great year of the NFL. Take us home, Dex.
All right, so as we get through, again, our prop bets, we're doing pretty good on those. We almost hit. We missed it by a half yard in the last game. Colston Loveland got an 18-yard catch before getting his concussion and never coming back for the last bit of that game, and then all of overtime. Oh, that hurt. So, and then we had 2 or 3 the other one too, except we missed the when CMC went out with his stinger and then didn't come back in the fourth quarter because the game was so high. But we've been doing pretty good on our props too.
Yes,
so
we have.
Look for those island games. We'll do prop bets for both of those this weekend. That'll be fun. And as we get around the corner, we already kind of teased it. Baseball's coming. We're excited about it, so we'll get you all spun up on that. But meantime,
right.
Stay focused on football. Good luck if your teams are still in it. And hearts out to you, Denver, for losing your quarterback right before the championship game. That's a bummer. But at least you're in it, unlike Josh Allen. He would trade you places. So anyway, enjoy the week. Be out there. Be safe. And until next week, stay shrewd.
Stay shrewd.